A common use of variables in Scratch is to add a score to a program. So in this particular program, what I want to do is I want to add a score, and I want it to go up by 1 when the cat touches the purple balloon, and I want it to go up by 2 when the cat touches the yellow balloon. To get things started, I've already added code to the cat so that I can move the cat with the arrow keys. And I've also set my initial conditions so that the cat will always go back to this corner when the game starts, and the rotation style is set to left to right. So the code for this program is going to happen on the balloons. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get a green flag event handler, and I'm also going to make sure I tell the balloon where I want it to go. And now what I need to do is I need to make a new variable, and I'm going to call this one score. And I'm going to leave the box ticked so that the score shows up in the left-hand corner of my screen. So the rest of the program is going to take place inside a forever loop, because I need the balloon to be checking the instructions inside here over and over again as the program runs. And I'm going to then put an if block in there, and I'm going to go to sensing, and I'm going to get the touching block, and I'm going to fit it right into the diamond shape there, and I'm going to change this to sprite 1. So now I've got a conditional if-then statement that makes something happen when this balloon is touching sprite 1. And what I want to happen is I want the score to change by 1. So now when I do this, what you will notice over here is that the score is going crazy, because as long as the cat is touching it, it's going to keep going up. So this is a common problem when you're trying to make a score in a game. And one solution would be to have the balloon or the cat go somewhere else so they're not touching. Another solution is to use a block called the wait until block. And now we're going to go actually use an operator here. We're going to talk about operators more later, but there's a simple one down here called not. And if I put that in there, and I'm just going to duplicate the touching one, what I'm basically saying is change the score by 1 and then wait until it's not touching sprite 1 before doing the loop over again. So if I click the green arrow, the cat goes back there. Now my score is still really high, and that's because one of my initial conditions I did not set was to set the score to 0 every time. So now if I click the green arrow, this goes back, and it would only change by 1 each time I touch the purple balloon. Now what I want to do is I want to put code on my yellow balloon so the score will go up by 2, and right now there's no code. So I could rebuild the code, but a simpler way to do it is to take all the code from my purple balloon, drag it down till I'm over the yellow balloon and let go, and it will automatically copy it straight into the yellow balloon. So all I have to do now is go in here and change the score by 2. So if I've done everything right, score goes back to 0, cat goes back in the right direction. Probably I should have some piece of code in here telling the cat to face that way. And now I've lost a balloon. So I need to think about this a little bit. What I've actually done, if you see here, is I actually told both balloons, because I copied the code, I told both balloons to go to the same place. So what I have to do is I'm going to have to go in here and change this code so that the balloon, it goes to a different place. So you have to be a little careful copying code that you change all the parts you need to for the second sprite. So I think we're ready to roll. So if I go like this and I touch this, it will change by 1. And if I touch this balloon, the score will change by 2.